Hey everyone, so before we begin the episode, I just want to kind of preface it a bit and say that most of what you're going to hear after a certain point, I wouldn't look at it as a discussion or my official stance on things, more so a reaction and prediction. In other words, if you've already played the game, I wouldn't comment on that section because pretty much anything you say would either confirm or deny certain events that would happen in the future. And I also wouldn't be too upset if I get some things wrong because I feel like from this point on, things will be clarified. If you don't know what's about to happen, then things will make sense later, and this doesn't apply to you. You can comment and theorize as much as you want, but if you played the game, I ask that you try to withhold things because I feel from this point on, it can be very easy to spoil things. So just want to put that out there. Anyways, let's get to the episode.
Mutton, jerky, steak. This is the best meat party ever.
Slow down, Raphael. Just how much are you planning to eat?
Oh, this is delicious. It has a nice, delicate sweetness to it.
Oh, dang, there's something for everybody then.
It really does. I wish I could share some with Dorte.
Oh, really?
Dorte? Who's that?
Wow, Dorte is canon. Okay.
Oh, that's your friend, right, Marianne? The horse one.
I hope I didn't miss that support.
My brother, you haven't had nearly enough to drink.
Bruh.
Come on now, bottoms up.
Bruh.
And you need to eat something. I prepared the food myself. Try the mushrooms. They came out perfect.
Amanita verosa, toxic. Konoshimeji, safe. Amanita muscaria, toxic. If something looks like it's out of a Mario game, pass it up.
You're trying to kill him, Hulse. I see you. Poison warfare. All right. I gotcha.
The war's far from over, but these people are acting like they don't have a care in the world.
Well, yeah, you should live every day like it's your last day, Arvel.
Keeping your guard up all the time is just gonna tire you out. Everyone needs to unwind every now and again.
Then why isn't the man of the hour partaking in the festivities?
Well, that's a question.
Now that you mention it, where is Claude? Claude, what are you doing out here?
Oh, hey there. Just thought a little fresh air would do me good.
Well, I mean, yeah, he did just kill his brother. Again, no, he said that's not the issue, but I imagine has some impact.
Hit the bottle a little too hard? Can't say I blame you. It's been a while since we've cut loose like this.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second, Claude.
You've got to wonder what's really running around in that mind of his. He never revealed his dealing with Count Gloucester, nor that he befriended an Almyran general. He's probably hatching a new scheme right now. Not that he'd ever tell us about it.
He might, if he believes he can trust us, but for right now, I do believe for those two things, he had, valid reasons for not saying earlier. Yeah.
What are you thinking about, Claude?
Huh? Oh, not much. Just letting my mind wander a bit now the battle's finally over.
Because we only have a C rank right now.
Well, I guess I should rejoin the festivities. Come on, let's go be merry.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
It still feels like he's got this wall around him. Hard to say if we're ever gonna really understand each other.
I'm sure you will one day. After all that's happened, he's come to depend quite heavily on you.
Yeah?
Although, if you really want him to see you as someone he can turn to, you'll need to get stronger.
That's fair. We still do have our foe out there.
That man harbors many secret ambitions. I wouldn't expect him to back away from this war anytime soon.
You think?
Sounds pretty tough when you put it like that.
Oh yes, he'll say all of this is for everyone else, but he has aspirations of his own too. Just like us and our goal of slaying the Ashen Demon.
I mean, if you're comparing it to that, then that's like a side. I never looked at that as the main goal. I mean, sure. Is that the most personal for us? Yeah, but we're also fighting for the Alliance, you know?
If you grow stronger for Claude's sake, it'll benefit your own aspirations as well. He may not be your partner in destiny, but yours is a valuable relationship nonetheless.
Hey, Arval?
Yes?
Don't you think you're getting a bit too obsessed with this little grudge match?
Exactly. You know?
Maybe so. Though I don't believe that's all there is to it.
Explain.
What do you mean?
Because I'm happy to oblige if you want to, just open up the bottle a bit.
I suppose it just feels like our destiny. Like it's something we're meant to do.
Meant to do. Now I'm wondering the same thing about you, Arvo. Do you know? Or are your memories still returning? Or will they ever return? I mean, they got to, right?
It is now 1182.
Uh-oh.
The Great War incited by Edelgard has continued to engulf Fodlan, but slowly begins to change course.
Wait a minute. This is a time skip.
The Alliance's battle with the Empire ends without a victor. After facing the Almirans, the Alliance focuses on rebuilding, while the Kingdom's conflict with the Empire stalls.
Why does this feel like the ending?
6 months will pass before the wheels of change turn again. But when they do, it will be because one ambitious man sets them in motion.
Really? What's he about to do? Part 1 end. Am I gonna see a different side to Claude? End of the Alliance.
Wildfire.
What?
The end of the Alliance.
What are you talking about?
It is the end of 1182. 4 moons have passed since Almira attacked. Though the battle lines remain unchanged, Claude steadily schemes behind the scenes. History is about to be made.
What's he doing? I'm worried now.
Huh? Whoa, everyone's already here.
Yep, we were waiting on you, Hilda.
Whoops. But Claude isn't here yet, is he? He said he'd have something to tell us after the roundtable conference, so I figured it'd run late, as usual.
Unless he's doing what I think he's doing. There's 2 ways the Alliance could end. 1, if it tries to make itself bigger, or 2, submit under a higher power.
You got that right. Those meetings always seem to drag on forever.
But I don't think Edelgard be involved since they said it's just Claude.
Where's the love? These roundtables are supposed to symbolize the Alliance's ideals, you know.
Sorry about that. I was out of line.
Nah.
No worries, my friend. That's exactly why we made the decision we did today.
What decision? Is that why you called us here?
Hold your horses. Everyone, listen up. As you know, the Leicester Alliance is governed through a Council of Representatives known as the 5 Great Lords.
You know, someone told me that Claude and Hilda's support was locked after a certain point.
What I'm saying is, you should do what you think is right, with enough vigor to blow any creases clean off your face.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
Hold on, do you even hear yourself right now? Who knows what would happen to the Alliance if I followed that advice?
And that is also true.
Are you sure you won't regret lighting this fire in me?
I don't know. Maybe I will. I'll probably get mad at you at some point, too. But I know how hard you work to keep the Alliance heading in the right direction.
I'm gonna say something after this is over.
You're the smartest leader we've ever had, Claude. If I was a betting girl, I'd say you're gonna come up with the best plan ever, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something after this is over. I think Claude took Hilda's advice.
As the Alliance leader, it has been House Regan's responsibility to convene the Round Table and secure the approval of the other lords on matters of policy. The lords of the Alliance felt this was the best system to serve the welfare of their people. And in peacetime, maybe it was. But there's no denying that the roundtables have hindered our ability to respond swiftly to emergency situations.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like Leicester's current state of emergency is going to end anytime soon. Which is why I put forth an important proposal at today's roundtable, one that's since been approved. As of today, the Leicester Alliance will be reborn as the Leicester Federation.
The Republic will be reorganized into the first galactic empire for a safe and secure society.
The Leicester Federation.
All authority has been entrusted to the King of Leicester. And as it just so happens, I have been chosen to serve as the Federation's first king.
So whatever you do, just make sure you don't end up some beady-eyed king with a face full of wrinkles.
King, you say? Interesting wording because, you know, he beat Duke Regan. Really?
With this, we'll no longer be held hostage by roundtable delays that leave us at the mercy of our enemies. I give you my word that I'll dedicate all my efforts to protecting and preserving Leicester. I hope I can count on all of your approval as well.
We reached this decision after exhaustive discussion. I imagine not everyone will approve, but we ask for your understanding.
Okay, I'll admit some people might have been saying a bit too much in the comment sections. But anyway, I really wish... Anyways. On this note, this wasn't spoiled to me, but I kind of had a feeling... Well, we'll discuss that afterwards. Yeah, we'll discuss it afterwards.
I hope we can all accept our former leader as our new king and continue working together to defend Leicester.
So everyone, are you with me?
This must be why my father was in such a hurry to hand over leadership of our house to Holst.
Really?
The former Duke Goneril was a ringleader of sorts for the lords who opposed the establishment of the Federation.
He was.
That said, he's been looking to put Holst in charge for a while now. Maybe this was just the perfect opportunity.
It seems I'll also have much to discuss with my father about House Ordelia's future. I imagine it's the same for you, right, Marianne?
Oh, yes. I suppose that's so.
It's just ridiculous to think that our Claude, of all people, is a king now.
Well, I think Claude will make a wonderful king.
I'm just thinking. I'm still here, just thinking.
Yeah, me too. Long live King Claude!
Huh. Didn't see that one coming.
Guess I should talk a little bit, right? This is quite a difference between, It's like, did I agree that this kind of thing should happen? Sure. Like, I would have been the first person to try to tell Claude, yeah, that's absolutely what you should do.
The process works much better in times of peace.
Yeah.
But since we're at war, it's frustrating to say the least.
That's true. If I'm using my own country's politics as or set up as a guide, then whenever in war, the leader is the commander-in-chief. That's honestly what they should do. It's like, all right, we're in wartime, Claude, you're the one who, you know, can, because they need to be able to react quickly.
What would you do in my shoes?
Like I said, you need a reconstruction of the government, but there's no way they're gonna agree to that right now.
What, me? If you give yourself more authority,
Well-
then it won't take as long to make decisions.
Yes, give yourself more authority, but not completely get rid of the council in wartime.
It doesn't even have to be permanent. You could go back to the old way once things
Well,
are
yeah.
peaceful again.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. All right, great, good. You said my words.
Whoa, are you seriously considering it, Claude?
I mean, it's the best way. Like, you need some type of leader in a crisis like this.
Of course.
But that was before... First off, it's the way they phrased everything. We just heard from Count Burgleys that he was thinking about changing the war with the Alliance, and maybe they should take things a different. Although Claude doesn't know, I guess, what the Empire's plans are, or does he? See, that's like from what I was getting from the game previously. It's like people thought Claude was scheming more than he actually was. But then they make it seem like he's the reason the war is gonna even continue in the first place. Although it's still continuing with the kingdom and the church. Like, I just wonder if, like, the Claude I've been seeing seem to truly put the Alliance first. Now that he's leader, I guess I should just come out and say it. Well, no, I'll wait. I'll wait. There's something I want to talk about after the scene is over.
Quite an abrupt twist, isn't it? He certainly didn't breathe a word of it to you.
No, he didn't. And to be honest, I appreciate that. It's not like I would have had any brilliant insight on the matter. Anyway, I'm happy for him. Now Claude's free to act as he sees fit. And I'm gonna keep supporting him, just like always.
Yes, I think that's probably for the best. Probably.
Probably.
I have received word from my father. He reports that public order is rapidly deteriorating in House Burgundy's territory.
Is that because did Claude remove all the nobles from power?
Seriously? I've heard the same is true in the Seaward and Albany territories as well.
Huh. Those three territories are supposed to have the same power, right? Like they're equal in standing.
That's right. And as a result, some unsavory characters have strayed into Daphnal territory, causing trouble for us too.
Although, you know, with the one singular leader, it does make it easier for a coup to happen.
If they couldn't keep things under control, they should have come to me for help.
Those three houses have always been quick to align themselves with the strongest faction, be it the Central Church or even the Empire.
Really?
That the three of them opposed the establishment of the Federation makes it all the more difficult to ask for help, no doubt.
Well, that is true. If only the 5 great ones agree, that doesn't mean the small... So what, do we have to reconquer those territories?
If only it were that simple.
Is there something else about the matter that concerns you, Lady Judith?
Unsavory characters makes me think of Garthans.
I've heard some rumors that those three have been conspiring together of late. That there are plans in the works for all of them to defect to Fargus.
Well, would that be such a... I mean, I know, you know, defection is bad, but, like, we shouldn't have any beef with Fargus, right?
The Viscounts may have been too busy plotting to secure their positions and deal with the growing chaos in their territories.
Now that I would believe.
I'm not sure if this is related, but there have also been some alarming sightings near their western borders.
Alarming in what way?
It's the Knights of Seros. Perhaps it's nothing, seeing as the kingdom is sheltering the Central Church within their borders, but...
Do you suspect that the Knights have been acting as intermediaries between the kingdom and those houses? If so, we cannot possibly turn a blind eye.
Yeah, what's going on? Like, why wouldn't they just come to Claude?
We can't say for sure if that's the case just yet. But there's no mistaking that civil unrest is running rampant in those territories.
Like, they should have a representative from the Eastern Church keeping tabs on everything. Although, it might be the fact that Claude's considering himself a king now that Rhea doesn't like. That's possible.
We need to mobilize the Federation army immediately and try to restore public order.
Wait a moment. Would it not make more sense to send envoys to the houses beforehand to learn more about the situation?
That's a good point, Lawrence.
They just reply to our inquiries with some half-baked excuses. Giving them a heads up we're coming should be enough.
So you're ordering an immediate deployment, Your Majesty. It's nice how quickly things move around here without the round table.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this. Lawrence, assemble the troops immediately.
Very well. At long last, it is time for the Federation to take its first steps.
Again, Makes sense he'd have to do this.
That's right. We stand at the dawn of a new Leicester.
That's a lot of side missions. Asura. And then we got Claude's new class as well. And Claude wants to speak, and we got a new song. I was kind of distracted for a bit.
Hey, one step at a time.
The meeting's getting started. Battle suggestions? Oh! Huh, is that everybody important? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then Holst. And then Shamir. Judith would be nice. But okay. Start a chat that your allies might offer battle suggestions. When suggestions implemented, the ally who has made suggestion may have boosted morale and increased support points. If you implement a suggestion, this effect will last till the end of the chapter.
I've got it.
Open the pantry to all comers to improve morale, eliminate the need for ingredients.
What if we did this?
Summon a nearby merchant, sell surplus.
Will this work?
Expand distribution of medicine to prepare for injuries. Sell items for a higher price. Or eliminate.
I've got an idea. I'll get everything ready.
I'll go with that.
One step at a time.
I mean, it's 2 people too, so.
How's that?
Yeah.
Hey!
You made a little something when you became a full-fledged mercenary. A Merc whistle. They'll give you their special accessory. Put it on as a special accessory and your unique action will be overwritten with the unit who gave you that accessory. Oh, only allies with a support level with Grape can receive a Merc whistle. Oh. Okay. Alright, Claude's ranks weren't locked. I might make an exception and do that now. So, what I was thinking about.
Hey there.
Okay, even if we leave.
Oh, Holst. What's going on?
Yeah.
Our king has agreed to meet with the Adrestian Emperor.
Okay.
Claude's gonna talk to Edelgard?
Yes, and you'll be joining us. You're the only reliable bodyguard we could find on such short notice.
Okay, you know, can I reload? Didn't I save recently? I did. Okay, yeah, we're coming back to that. We're coming back to that. I sincerely hope I don't have to redo that entire map over again. Okay, I'm back. And that also gave me some time to discuss everything. Or kind of go over everything in my mind. Here's the thing. In the Golden Deer route, when it came to Claude's ambitions, we went through the entirety of the Golden Deer route, and Claude got the chance to become king. And he turned it down. He went back to Almyra and decided to rule that way. And Byleth decided to, Byleth was made king in the Golden Deer route. In the Blue Lion route, same thing. Claude actually mentions that
I'm leaving Fodlan. There are things I have to do.
Yeah.
Dreams I need to see to fruition.
I hear that.
That's why I became the Alliance leader to begin with, actually. But it left me no time for what I was really after.
And So yeah, I always took that as it stopped Claude's goals for peace, because I was thinking for him to, he didn't come to the Alliance just to rule a nation that would immediately be thrust into a countrywide war. You know, that's not what he came to Fodlan to do. And I guess there's no avoiding it. I have to talk about it. So the Crimson Flower route was the last route that I played, right? And in that route, I heard a bunch of, like, perhaps it would have been better for me to finish, well, I know it would have been better for me to finish 3 houses, because I talked to my admin, Chris, and he mentioned how a lot of stuff people were finding out was, like, theories, for example, which I always had suspected. I might not have been able to look at the videos myself, but I've been a part of the Fire Emblem community for years, right? Like I said, I'm a veteran. I know what they would have done. Like, this community is the type that would have theories and discussion videos. But I've also heard there have been interviews and stuff like that. And basically what Claude is doing, it sounds very familiar to things that people in the Crimson Flowers said, but I saw, like, virtually no signs of, because Claude mentioned in the Crimson Flower route that he would have liked to have become king, and I'm like, what? Where did that come from? You see a brief sign of it when there's like a question of who we should make the ruler.
That's why there needs to be a powerful ruler who stands above them all and unifies Fodlan as one nation.
I'm gonna say that.
If it means I can lead Fodlan to a better future, I wouldn't mind that at all. My dreams await in a future where Fodlan is no longer ravaged by war. There are things I want to see with you someday. I'll keep thinking about the best way to achieve that goal.
Not trust you, bro.
Whatever we decide to do, we can't do it until we defeat the Empire.
Yeah?
Fodlan can't welcome a new dawn until we win the war. Let's prepare as best we can.
And then Byleth suggests Claude, and Claude likes that answer. And he said, well, if I'm fit for the job, but then he never does. So I took that as a sign of Claude would never want to become the leader, right? His ambitions, like, the other routes always made Claude like a massive schemer, but in all honesty, I still saw the same Claude and the Golden Deer in all the routes. It's like, you say he's scheming, but I mean, in actuality, I just think he's Claude, you know. And then in the previous supports we had in this route, we saw Claude have doubts and saying, you know, I'm not as, you know, all-knowing as people might want me to be or think I am, you know. But then we get to here, and part of me is wondering if some of the things people said in the Crimson Flower route were actually comments on the developers. Why am I saying that? I know that the Cinder, or the Crimson Flower route, I always want to say Cindered Shadows. Crimson Flower route was the last one the developers made, and apparently it was done quickly, like they weren't able to do everything they wanted to. I also heard that Edelgard's route was something that, I guess mid-development, the developers were like, we actually would like to team up with Edelgard. So I'm saying all that to say that I'm wondering if everything that's happening is the developers fully fleshing out that idea on, I guess, making Edelgard the center of, I don't want to say the most correct path, because that's honestly what I was worried about. I was like, in order to do that, one thing they absolutely would have to do is make Claude seem more gray, because honestly he wasn't very gray in any of the routes of Three Houses. I would say it was literally as simple as I thought it was. Claude wanted to defend his home, and the war, while you could say yes, it definitely would have changed the Alliance, but for Claude's sake, he wanted to affect the well, at least that's what I thought, you know. His main goal was trying to make peace with the Almirans. And I thought Edelgard's War was interfering with that goal that he wanted. Because, as you see in this route, I don't really think you need Edelgard's War for the Almirans. You just need the Almirans, you know, Shahid, to do what he did. And then have Claude introduce Nadir to Pulse, like he had always planned to. And, you know, and work on things that way. So, I do think that he could have accomplished his goal without the war, and that's how the Golden Deer always felt, the direction it felt it was going into before Edelgard's War took up the main focus. But Claude recently did just do something that might consider him to change. He took out his brother, and his comment that he just said about how deaths are a part of war, it makes me feel like he's changed. Because before, I genuinely do believe that he didn't want to have any casualties. Now I feel he might be willing to sacrifice as many people to accomplish his goal. Because he's already had to do that with his brother now. And he's been forced with the harshness of war. In other words, all that is what was going through my mind the minute he said the Federation, because the whole difference between Claude is that he wasn't a king. And if I can be quite honest as well, I know Edelgard was the most popular of the three, and that Claude was the least. Sure, there might have been a lot of people who disliked Edelgard, and I'm unsure if the developers, they planned for Edelgard to be a divisive character or not initially, but with a separate game, it makes sense that they would want to try to make her in the best light possible. So again, while Edelgard, you know, especially they removed the whole Flame Emperor thing with her. That to me makes her, I thought it was what hurt her goals the most, is her having to be the Flame Emperor. But now that's gone, and we'll see. Basically, I'm saying I'm all okay if Edelgard becomes more morally correct. I just didn't want Claude to take a hit as well, because that was something that, you know, never happened in Three Houses, especially since Teach, you know, isn't here right now. And I also saw a comment that said that Byleth brings out the best in people, but again, that's where I was saying Claude didn't change though. So long story short, I'm horrified if Claude's gonna start changing. Again, I always thought that Claude being the leader would be the right way to go. But anyways, with that being said, now's a good time to see what the team thinks. Both the kingdom and the Federation are ruled by kings, but I think their structures are markedly different.
Basically.
Not that I'm basing that on anything in particular. Whether things go smoothly or not depends on Claude. I'll be honest, I'm concerned right now. Well, sheesh, Lysithia, I thought you liked that. Not as much as me. What are you saying? If I was in Claude's position, I'd do worse? What would I do? Well, that's a good question. What would I do? Because one thing I do have to remember about all of this is the only reason I've played the Crimson Flower route, but before I did, always in the Golden Deer route, I was confused on why she was doing the actions she did. But we're gonna have to continue the story. Obviously, I need more answers.
In actuality.
Okay. It's our duty as nobles to obey the king's command, but I will fully... Okay, well that's good, Lawrence. Ask what you'll do.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay, it seems like Lawrence might be getting a bit more ambitious as well. I guess that's really the main thing, right? It changes the dynamics of the Alliance in general. It's no longer the Alliance.
Hi there.
Good for business. That's true. The market prices probably did change. That's a huge wait. The heck? Bernie's not in her house? Unless... Yeah, she's still here. What the heck? Hilda?
Hello.
Oh, really? Noble titles. Well, yeah, I know that.
Hello.
We can't do another one? I wish I could know about the ceremonies, too. This is where one of those times where I tell people, you know, I'm not one to simp over a character, you know? If they have flaws, then that will instantly, I will immediately acknowledge that. And now I might be forced to do that with Claude. I guess that's the main thing. I won't be one to say, oh yeah, I never said Claude was perfect, but I might be about to see a different side of him. True. Oh, really?
That's how it goes.
And now without that, they won't have any say in how the region is run. Well, there are pros and cons to every structure. There are. I guess it's more a matter of, which I think he will. Would Claude give up the power once... you know, it's like a Palpatine in Star Wars, you know? They gave the Chancellor emergency powers so he could react and make changes quickly. And, you know, that made sense. Then once the war is over, it's like, okay, will you give up the powers that have been granted to you? So... Yeah, I suppose. Well, good to hear your opinion, Linhart. Yeah, I think out of all the Black Eagles, Linhart's opinion, besides Edelgard herself or Hubert, the recruitable ones. Well, I don't know if all the Black Eagles are recruitable. The ones who aren't in, just not Edelgard or Hubert. You know, out of Edelgard or Hubert, Linhart would be the next one I want to hear.
So yeah.
Really? I don't think anything would change. Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe. And yeah, I think he just meant Regan forces as like we were always in Claude's army, so everyone was in Regan forces. Marianne?
Did you know?
Yeah, see, did he anticipate this? That makes sense. Yeah, I don't think you wanted that position.
Please.
All right. And also, I can't ignore how much the game has been trying to dress up, you know, what Claude's about to do.
Greetings.
It is. That's true. We're not fighting either of them right now. Okay.
For some training?
The Alliance might be the Federation, but I don't think the citizens' lives will change that much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait. Oh, I thought I was asking.
Oh, come on.
I thought I was asking. Did it not say ask? Log? I could have sworn it said ask. Okay, well, that was an L. Yeah, Bernie is out. What the heck? Cloudy, in the face of brutal savagery of the Almiran main force, we could do naught but abandon the front and retreat to the hastily constructed stronghold of Folan's throat. If they get past us, there'll be nothing left to his thought. Almiran investor of Leicester. With the Elmirans bearing down on us, we hope to repel them with our archers, but the rain and wind... Ooh. Huh. Despite the arrows loosed by our Imperial friends mostly hit the ground, the Imperials also brought a tactician with them. Who? Oh, he's done nothing important? Oh! Someone used math to take in wind. To take in the wind and the rain. Huh. Well, that sounds like it could have been the Garthan. Ceasefire meant with the Empire meant we were done with this awful fighting.
No.
Offer an explanation.
Let's see.
Maybe.
Oh, it's you.
Unsavory rumors about Viscount Burgundy. Really? Dang, so he's worked in Acheron? I suppose that makes sense. We weren't able to negotiate with the kingdom because they had also been thrown into chaos, but now times have changed. Yeah, you would think. What is about to happen? I am worried. Oh, I should also mention comments people have recently made that I know have already played the Golden Deer route also make me worried. I had wanted to try to tell people they might be saying a bit too much, but you know, I don't want to be too stressed. But I was literally at the point where I fought Count Burgley, so.
In all honesty.
Reluctant to form the Federation?
Yeah, I was about to say, they might feel that they have no say. You know, So, here's another thing. That was a problem in America, where we live, initially. The whole thing about smaller states having representation in our government. And even to this day, the solution that was provided is still debated over if it's right for smaller areas to have such a small say because they have less population, or should all states be represented equally? You know, there wasn't a situation that everybody agreed with. You know, of course, no one wants to be drowned out, but if, you know, should we go with majority rules? I mean, well, anyways. So that's something that Claude will definitely have to deal with. Again, a lot of this is something I would have been on board with, but that's before, like, well, we'll see.
Ah, that's right.
Bustling with pilgrims. There are more Imperial troops than pilgrims now. Really? Which area, Ignatz? Because another thing is, I also would have been all for Claude doing this in the Golden Deer route, because I thought we would have to do this with people like Count Gloucester or something. You know, Claude taking out the people in the Alliance who would cause issue. A scout from the Knights of Seros was spotted near the Leicester's western border, waiting for an opportunity to retake Garreg Mach. Well, that would mean that, I mean, in theory, we'll have to see.
What do you think?
Okay, I haven't been back in the battlefield yet, Arvel. Before Petra.
You should hear this.
What kind of man is Claude? He's certainly our king. We'll see. We'll see. Has Fulton become stabilized again? Well, that's a thought, Petra.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say you can.
Let's see.
because you know we don't want to keep you here forever. Especially if we're not even like as long as you have good relations with the Alliance, you know, I don't see a problem.
What can I do for you?
Bishop and I went to Deirdre to bestow the god's blessing upon the coronation. Way. By bishop, do you mean archbishop? Do you mean Rhea? I need a name. Or is there a bishop over the Eastern Church? I would think it would have to be Rhea, but that would mean they'd be in contact.
Hey.
Yeah, on the western border. Albrecht, Nilsson, and Muller. So Albrecht is Baltz's stepmom.
Actually, I'm
okay.
at a loss.
Yeah, I guess they have their own way of taking into the consideration of the smaller lords. Balthus? A pay raise? What the heck, Balthus? That's on you, man. That's on you. You gotta learn to be better with your money.
Greetings, friend.
Really?
Anyway.
Yeah? Runs Federation gold, huh? Well, we'll see. Claude, talk to me, bro.
Speaking of,
I feel you.
how's that?
Of course.
Absolutely.
You have my support. I'm just trying to wonder what's going on, man. And I was sick of that. Like, I would have suggested it to him. Well, I did try to suggest it to him.
I'm counting on you.
I'm just wondering, in what state is this all in? Alright. So I'll probably be ending the episode here. Well, is there any last thing I wanted to say? No. I think I've got it. I just hope Claude doesn't change too much, you know? As long as Claude truly does mean to put the people first, then I'm all for it. But you see, yeah, okay, let's end it with this. So, Edelgard was willing to start a war to change Foltland, and she was willing to take as many lives as she needed to make that happen, right? Then you have Dimitri. Dimitri's thing was, well, I always felt the effects of the war. Because that's another thing, right? Edelgard and Dimitri have had huge traumas that happened to them. Claude was supposed to be the normal, and Rhea. You know, all three of them, like, their families were wiped out, you know? And now Claude's had to take out his brother. Though his father's still alive. And I would assume his mom's still alive, you know? But did any of them, like, did Rhea have to kill any of her siblings? Or Edelgard or Dimitri? Okay, well, either way, I'm going to end the episode and I'm going to see what Edelgard has to say. Or what this... I've been wanting this conversation. And I'm glad I'm getting it. I'm just worried under the circumstances. If it was a Claude before, you know, maybe, but I'm hoping he hasn't changed too much. Anyways, with that being said, I'll see you all in the next episode. And now it is time for the question of the day. And like I said in the beginning of this episode, try to look at what I said after Claude's announcement as more of a reaction and prediction, not a discussion, because I'm more so, like, if I had to summarize everything up, just worried about what Claude is going to do and how the game is going to take things from this point on, because I feel like it's no longer the Alliance how it was in the Golden Deer route. So truly, it is the end of the Alliance. And the game creators can literally do whatever they want with this aspect, I feel. So, to try and divert the comments as much as possible from potential spoilers, let's go with this question of the day. What are some of your favorite things to eat? In honor of Holst and his mushrooms, I do have to say this, even if I may shout to the heavens when he does it, I'm loving how they wrote Holst so far. He fits with the memeable golden deer. I really do think so. So with that being said, please post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.